I'm Melanie Browning with Spotlight, and today I'm going to be turning the spotlight on Dion Ingram, who is a music producer and owner of Ingram Music Group.
Oh.
There you are.
Hello.
I saw the equipment. That's awesome. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, good seeing you. It looks like Jason is here.
Hey, what's up, Jason?
All right. Well, welcome to Spotlight. We're going to shine the spotlight on you and see what you got going on and really dive in. I love the studio. I'm absolutely loving that.
Thank you.
Jerseed is here. Also, thank you for joining. So Dion is, you're the first music producer I've had. So thank you for being brave and jumping on here and sharing your music knowledge. I'm a huge fan, absolutely love music, but I really know about that much about it. I just know that I like acting crazy when I hear it. So your knowledge is definitely welcome here. So what is it? What's your business name? And tell me a little bit about your business, what you got going on, when you launched it, and that sort of thing.
Well, as you can see, it was backwards, but it's Ingram Music Group is the name. And what I was inspired by was I'm a big fan, huge, longtime fan of Quincy Jones. And I noticed that with Quincy Jones, well, he started out as a trumpeter, but eventually when he got into production is that he worked with, if you look at his production credits, he's worked with like some of the best of the best producers. And I've always been inspired by that someone that has like this huge like ensemble or collection of musicians that he's worked with. And I thought, I was like, because I'm not, I don't play a bunch of instruments. So I figured I was like, maybe if I started working with other musicians and we collaborated, then we could come up with some pretty good music people would want to hear. So
that's awesome. Now you sent me some information, and it looks like back in, you started off before you had a production going. You've had an interest in music production for a long time. You started up, and then you kind of stopped for a bit, and then you're back at it. Take us back through when you first started, and you had like the first idea to actually go for it and start a studio and jump into the music production business. What was that like for you?
It was interesting. I was inspired by a friend of mine, Wallace Rayford, and he had a home, and he had one of his rooms in his home dedicated to, it was like his studio, it was like all his music equipment. And I would visit him, and I'd see what he was doing, and it inspired me because, I think before then I always thought of, music production and being in a big studio. So I saw what he was doing at home, and literally I was following his lead. It's like if he bought something, I bought something. And at one point, all the equipment he had, I had. I'm just basically following his lead. And so when I bought a house, I converted the garage to a studio. Me and some friends, we built it, and we did an okay job, I guess. And it was great. I had a space to work in, but I didn't take advantage of it. It's like I built it, and then I didn't really do anything with it. I just kind of played around with it. I didn't really do much with it. And eventually, when I sold that house, I moved into an apartment, and I had one of the bedrooms dedicated to it. And then eventually I just kind of shut it down. All my equipment, I either sold it or I sent it off to people, and I got rid of everything. And then what got me back into it was a good friend of mine, Jeff Brown, who is a good friend of mine, but also was the host of the comedy shows I used to produce.
Oh, okay.
He's also a music producer. And we'd have these really in-depth discussions about music. And he was like, dude, you got to do this. Like this is not a passion thing. This is your passion. You have to do it. And he just kept pushing me and basically was calling me out like, hey, quit playing around. You need to do this. Yeah. And I pulled the trigger, and I was like, you know what? Because even though I wasn't actively engaged in it, the love of music and the desire to produce and create music had never left. I just didn't have the resources and the materials to do it. But thanks to Jeff. Jeff was very instrumental in me making this, me getting back into it.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I see it in your posts. Like when I saw you getting back into it this last go round, and I got really, really just pumped and inspired. And like, there's such consistency, like with your posts and your motivation. And that's the other part that I really.
Hang on a second.
Yeah. Oh, looks like I'm losing you. Well, I want to say, Christian, thank you for joining us here. Lou Wade, thank you very much. And Cardinal Red, thank you for joining us here. Dion, there you are. Are you back?
Yeah, it froze up for a minute.
All right, cool.
I didn't hear what you said, though.
What's that?
I didn't hear anything you said after I stopped talking.
Awesome. So I was just, there's some people I was saying hi to in the chat there. So just saying.
What's up, Larry?
Hello.
What's up, Lewis?
Awesome. What was different? Because I've been seeing like your motivation in this go around, and I wasn't able to see what was going on. What's your mindset change? Like, what happened to just kind of let it go away versus, finally getting back into it? What with you, I mean, it helps to have others inspiring you, but what's the difference this go around, do you think, to get you moving toward what it is you want to do?
You said, what's the difference?
Yeah, with your personal.
What got me back into it?
Yeah.
You know what? Like I said, a lot of it had to do with Jeff, because I think what I was doing was I was talking myself out of it, and it was something that I've always been passionate about. I mean, I grew up in a family full of music. The one thing that all my aunts and uncles and older cousins all had was these really nice stereo systems, and I grew up listening to like all this music. So that's just part of my DNA. But I talked myself out of it because instead of giving myself reasons why I could do it, I was thinking why I couldn't. And then, some of it was I was working a lot. I was working like a lot of overtime and just whatever. And I was always coming up with reasons why. Well, I don't know how to read music, or I don't have this, or I don't have that, or man, I'm a little bit older than the average, starting producer. All these narratives I would introduce that didn't really mean anything. And like I said, that's some very, very honest conversations. And Jeff is a very honest person. If you know Jeff, he does not bite his tongue. So he's a very open and blatant person. And it just made me come to the realization, like, hey, this is a passion of mine, and it's not going to go away. So let me see what I can do.
That's so beautiful, so powerful. And I think so many people can relate to that in having something that they want to pursue, but we get that voice inside just telling us all the I can'ts. So with the help of Jeff, and then is there anything else that you're doing to switch that mindset, to keep you more focused on the goals that you do have, or pursuing working with different people? Where are you setting your goals? What are the things that you want to do? And what's the change there? How are you helping to correct that?
My goal is, my goal is to, as we're slowly easing out of this whole COVID thing, is to network with as many musicians and songwriters as possible. That's the one thing I missed. That's a result of this COVID thing, is being able to go somewhere, hear live music. And then not just necessarily like the big concert with the name of the person we all know, but those small bands, those bands that you've never heard of, but give you as great a performance, sometimes even better than the big name people. I miss going to these small clubs and bars and venues and seeing that. So I'm looking to get back out there so I can network with people and rub elbows and get this thing, grow it even further.
That's awesome. And you're definitely a person, like, you're high energy. I was fortunate enough to be able to work with you back long many months ago. And one of the things I would love just like being around you, because like you had such quick wit and you would just bring out the humor. I didn't want like any attention drawn to me, because I didn't want the humor directed at me by any chance. I'd like be quiet by you. Like if I needed to pep me up, I'd like, and just hang out, and then, you know, hopefully someone would
Yeah,
do
you were
something
kind of
silly.
quiet.
What's that?
You were kind of quiet.
Yeah, I loved your energy. I love being around you, but it was like I didn't want to be the one getting anything directed at. But you're so fun to be around. You have that energy. I can see you working and just connecting with people, networking so well. So I'm excited. I want to see what comes of that. Who is it, like right now, you would, in an ideal situation, who is it that you're looking to work with? What does that look like? And yeah, what are you looking to do right now?
I don't have a specific person. Just musicians. I found I work best with as far as musicians like bassists, you know, and keyboardists. Yeah, I don't think I have anyone in particular. Just someone that is open-minded and you know, and got a good spirit, and that's easy to work with.
Awesome. So are you looking for people to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate that way, or what is it? How do you want to?
Yeah, they can reach me. They can hit me up on my Instagram under Ingram Music Group and send me a message. That's probably the best way. Yeah.
You're in Southern California, right?
Yeah, I'm in the Long Beach area.
See, I got my Long Beach shirt on. I don't know if you can see. So do you also work via over internet? Is it something local that you want to do? How do you want that to work? What are you're working with right now with that?
No, it can be over the internet. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not going to rule out that, you know, because that's an option. And a lot of music nowadays is being made over the internet. I mean, there are a lot of songs where you hear them and there's collaborations, and these artists or musicians have never physically been in the same space together. They just work back and forth, you know, via the internet.
Awesome. Okay. So anyone that's looking to collaborate, connect with you and see if the vibe's there. Awesome. Thank you, Underdog Books, Teresa Cakeface, and Brian for joining us as well. There was something else I was wanting to ask you, and I mean, I just jumped out of my head, but I'm super excited. I really love all of the energy, and I do see just the motivation and the consistency from your page and talking with you. So I'm very excited to see what comes of this. And so just keep pushing forward and share. And for those of you watching, definitely go to his page. If you're looking for motivation in anything that you're doing, and of course, if you love music, head to his page and you will get pumped and excited and connect with him there. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Yeah, just two quick things. I think it goes back to you asked a question about what got me back into it, and I can think of a lot of inspirational quotes, but it was one I read some time ago where it said, I'm hoping I'm saying this right, on the other side of everything that you want is on the other side of fear. And then I think a lot of times we are afraid to do things because we're fearful. We doubt if we have the capability. We doubt if we will be successful. We doubt if people will receive it correctly. We have all these doubts we introduce into it instead of just doing it and just letting it work itself out. One of the things I know about a lot of successful people is that they fall down many times, but they keep getting back up and they just keep trying. And for a lot of them, they just eventually have that breakthrough. And the other thing too, is it helps to have a team or people that support you, because sometimes it's hard to just have that motivation and that drive every day. Like there's days where you're like, yeah, you know, I'm just not feeling it today. And that can lead into 2 days and 3 days. And it's good to have that support. Like you're a big supporter of mine. You keep me pumped up and motivated. And then there's other people that I talk to also that pour into me that's like, hey, because sometimes you just need just a little bit outside support, somebody to tell you that, hey, you can do this, keep going. And you're like, yeah, because it's on your own, it's hard. You need that support from, you know, people that will push you. It makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And you're welcome. It's the two things there. It's so important to, like you said, surround yourself with the people that are going to support you. And then also from that, if you're seeing someone do something, I think a lot of times, I know in my past, I would see someone doing something, I would still stay quiet. But it's so powerful to just say, hey, good job. Like that, just little small thing, or just sending a smiley face or something like that changes so much. I know it changes so much for me. And just that interaction. So beautiful, beautiful points. Thank you so much, Dion.
Can I add one more thing too? And I definitely got to give someone a very honorable mention that it helps. Whatever it is you're trying to do, I'm sure with like movie production like you're doing and music, what I'm doing, is if you can have someone that you're connected with that is further along than you, like they have more experience, more knowledge than you, because you need someone to reach out. Like for me, there's a guy, I definitely have to mention him. His name is Irvin Pope. They call him EP. He's been in the music industry for a long time. He's a guy that's worked with a lot of big name artists, production, keyboardists, a lot of stuff. And he's a friend of mine. And I reach out to him from time to time. I try not to bug him, but he's that guy that knows the industry, that knows like the path that I'm embarking on. He's been on this journey for years and years. So he is my guy. And there's a couple other people too, but he's probably like the most notable one, and the one he's like a huge influence to me. Like whenever he's live about anything, I'm sitting there watching it, because as I always say, when he's live or he's doing anything, class is in session. Like there's something I can get from that. I've learned this. So I don't know if he's on here or not, if he's going to see this video, but if he does, hey, EP, thanks a million. And, keep doing what you do, because it inspires me. So thank you.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Mentors are so powerful.
Yep.
Oh, well, it's great seeing you. Great talking with you. And I look forward to sharing many, many more of your posts in my stories. That's for sure.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a wonderful night, man.
All right. Thank you.